Goodness me. Oh, damn, that is amazing. All being well, today we're gonna bake a salad, we're gonna make some sushi out of cookies, make a giant rice peanut butter cake, and also hopefully make some Cowboy inspired butter. Yeehaw. Hope you're well wherever you are in the world. This is the latest batch of viral recipes being put to the test you guys have sent me, starting with this giant rice cake, which is actually not very giant at all, but looks pretty good. All right, so this is like proper blown up, this one. And you know, it says giant peanut butter rice cake. It's, I mean, I don't know, you've got a rice cake, spread peanut butter on it, melted chocolate, all salt as well. That's nice. And that is a chunky rice cake, frozen, and it looks, I mean, that looks pretty darn nice, actually. I mean, what is going to be bad about this? I think this is going to be a delicious start. All right, so I've got a pack of rice cakes here, and I know how bland and boring they sound, but I don't know, I find rice cakes like quite addictive, you know. We're just gonna stick to the basic ones, and these are a lot thinner than the video we just seen. Look at that. I guess we could always double them up, but yeah, you could really take it up to a notch with like the chocolate ones or the caramel ones. Oh, yeah, so this recipe is like, it's kind of a recipe, but also like, I don't know, a little bit arts and crafty, isn't it? This is luckily quite room temperature, this peanut butter, but if it wasn't, I've got a feeling if I got a bit aggressive with this, I might end up snapping the rice cake, because it really is quite flimsy. This is a lovely, calm start, isn't it? Because if any of you guys are intrigued, like, a baked salad, did he actually say that? Oh yes, we're gonna do that one next. All right, nice big fat puddle of that. So let's just get this out of the way. Got some dark chocolate chips here. And I've got another bag of these, but we might see that for another recipe later. And some coconut oil. Didn't realize we had any of this in the house. I was pleasantly surprised because this stuff is expensive, and to buy another jar of it, we don't use it that often, but this just needs to be melted. And folks, yes, this does need to be microwaved, and I've still got Mike here. This is the first time since he exploded. Oh my gosh. This is one of the only times I've had to microwave since that's happened, so I'll go in the house and use our other microwave. It's literally the same microwave, so whilst that is melting, I'm gonna order what will effectively be Mike 3. There we go, nice melted chocolate with a little coconut scent. And I don't mind coconut, it's giving it kind of like Bounty vibes. Or I'm just trying to think, do they call that like, what's a coconut chocolate bar in some other countries? Mounds, is it? And I love the contrast of dark chocolate, particularly against the peanut butter. I might leave it a little messy like that, actually. It's always nice for me to put mistakes in videos so you guys like get really annoyed with me and you're like, Barry, did you do that on purpose? Maybe. Oh yeah, just push that around. Oh, beautiful. All right, and then some flaky salt. I do love adding a bit of salt to my chocolate, but I mean, right, so apparently now we've just got to let it set. Yep, so you're going in the freezer, and if you're interested, yes, there is some frozen cabbage and a free-range turkey bauble that I bought. It was reduced. Those labels on there aren't even accurate. I got that for £2. All right, so whilst that is freezing, in here is my budget rice cooker, not a £500 one. I cannot believe we were out here with that machine cooking broccoli and salmon till 2 a.m. So yeah, well, I randomly have some cooked quinoa for our second recipe. You'll know where it came from. The only problem is this is probably gonna take longer than the chocolate is to set, so this is gonna be in the way. Yeah, that rice cake's gonna be proper set because the quinoa is now on warm mode. So not only have we got to have some cooked quinoa, we've also got to have some red onion soaked in red wine vinegar. All right, just got these out the freezer. Have a look at these. They look awesome. And this tray is really cold. Look, it's got like feet. Isn't there a confectionery with chocolate where it's like called a turtle? That actually looks like a turtle. Although randomly on the last batch of our recipes we did actually have turtle toast. And also a hand grenade, but this does actually look slightly more enjoyable. So let's just break through it. Oh, it's giving me Twix vibes actually, but it's not caramel, it's peanut butter. Alrighty. Whoa. I tell you what, that tang of salt has really helped it. There's a slight hint of the coconut oil, so of course you can omit that if you want. The dark chocolate's fine, it's a little bit plain, maybe like a flavoured one next time. The peanut butter is good, obviously not as smooth with it being set. As a budget, quick, fun snack, it's really cool, but that potential to take it even more with all the different flavors we talked about and however you would like it, yeah, that's actually a winner. All right, so why have we got the quinoa cooked? Well, actually part cooked, as you'll see, and also the red onion sitting in that red wine vinegar. It is time for this baked salad, which I think should be called a roasted salad. We've got kale and cabbage here going on a baking tray with oil, a little bit of seasoning, that gets roasted. The kale also joins it, so they get roasted together, but also the quinoa goes down on a tray there with some chili oil. I don't think I've got chili oil, so we try and bodge it. Then there's like a honey dressing, got some herbs in it, that kind of stuff. And the honey goes with it to warm it up. Through the onions and stirred fruit, and then all tossed together with the quinoa that's like now roasted. Like this is it. Roasted salad to me sounds more exciting. So we've already started some of it. Let's get the veg ready. I know it's just me, when you look at a cabbage in isolation, it's just such a unique thing, isn't it? I'm just giving it a wash. All right, the lady in the video like takes the stalk bit out. Oh gosh, okay. and then just slices it nice and fine like this. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it says to roast it on a separate tray to the kale, but it's all gonna get mixed together. I'm gonna have it on the same one. So a shimmy of salt going on, and I'm gonna assume it's vegetable oil. Coat this. Yep, cabbage has never been so exciting. All right, so in you go first. All right, so the ingredients say to use kale, but in the video, it's using something like this, which in the supermarket is called Cavello Nero. You see that there? And I just Googled that, and that basically is kale, so that's good. It's very alien looking kale. It's certainly from the family, and as I slice it, it is giving me those kale vibes. But I found that quite interesting in the supermarket, how there was literally a bag that said kale on it, you know, the furry stuff, like more bristly, kind of like a leftover Christmas tree. Whereas this looks like something more from like a sci-fi movie. It's almost got like a sort of like rubbery texture to it. It's strange, but it feels like a slightly bit more welcoming than standard kale. Yeah, and it looks kind of cool as well. Oh, I think I might have left that cabbage in a little too long. Upside down cabbage, anyone? Oh my gosh, right. It's cooking on my oven. Oh my gosh, hang on, I'll sort that. All right, that's why I generally don't always hold a baking tray and a camera at the same time. I've managed to salvage about half of it. That's okay, the kale doesn't need much longer. That's only been in there about 10 minutes, and it said it needed 20, and I checked, I was like, cool, I think it's cooking quicker than it should. And it says the kale only needs about 5 minutes, so I'm just gonna watch it like a hawk now. It's only me having it anyway, so that's okay. There we go, no one needs to know about that. It's not like we're gonna put it on the internet or anything. And also, it's not like you're the one that's gotta eat it. All right, be good guys, in you go. I can't believe that, but at least it fell on the oven shelf. If it fell on the floor, it would just be kale only. All right, that was a lot more drama-free, but we have got some good crunch on our Nero kale stuff. Actually really liking the combination of the colors. You got a little bit of that cabbage that's kind of stayed, well, pale, I guess. But I really do like the green popping in it as well. Yeah, it does feel a little bit dry though, but we'll sort that out later because we need this tray back. Yes, we do need it back because the quinoa, which cooked so well in that rice cooker. We have quinoa quite a lot and the rice cooker is just so good for doing it. Now I was supposed to get chili oil, but I forgot. So I have got, from previous viral videos, an abundance of chili flakes. I've mentioned this before, it seems to be like the in thing with these recipes. So instead of chili oil, I've got some chili flakes, that was some hot sauce, and just some more vegetable oil. And I mean, this should definitely pack a punch, shouldn't it? This quinoa is already cooked. I would like to just shove it in the bowl now, but no, it gets baked as well. All right, so about 20 minutes. All right, so just while that's baking up, we're gonna make something called an agro dolce dressing. But I thought dolce, doesn't that mean like sweet or something? So agro sweet, aggressive sweetness. There's nothing aggressive about honey. Well, especially honey that's getting mixed with water. That's literally it to loosen it up, I guess. All right, nice. And I've got a sudden urge to want to drink that, so we must carry on. All right, so we're gonna get a little pan down. I've just got some olive oil here and some sage leaves. It's been like 10 seconds and it smells amazing. I love the smell of sage, just stirring it through a little bit. This is our honey water mixture. Oh, we must not be fooled by that. This is probably gonna get quite hot. It does look quite nice and relaxing though. All right, so it says to let it bubble away like this for a minute. The water's reducing down slightly. All right, here we've got our red onion mix from earlier with the red wine vinegar on it, and that goes in. And some of the onions are going in as well. But don't worry about that, because literally as this warms through, it's gonna get reunited anyway. But what we do have to do is fish out the sage. Remember that website, Friends Reunited? Does that still exist? We've got to fish out the herbs anyway. We'll warm this up slightly more. I mean, I don't know if we actually have to. It's just we've gone to all this effort, we might as well. Gets reunited back there. I would have liked to put the onions in it, actually. Oh, fantastic. All right, so with this, which does smell sweet, but also quite potent, very agro-dolce. And with our quinoa out of the oven, which is baked or toasted or it's roasted. We've roasted it. It's a roasted salad. Come on, we can build this. Okay, so I'm gonna push the onions in primarily because I don't want to make this too soggy. Yeah, okay, and then if we just sort of like, oh wow, this looks amazing. Get it on a plate like this. Oh wow. I'm so sorry, this is very exciting salad. And then we just pile the quinoa. I mean, I can't make it look much prettier. It's not my USP. Yeah, just maybe a little bit more of our honey sauce on there as well. Oh my word, that looks absolutely outstanding. I'm really proud of that, but I do want to put the sage on it. I'm going to do that. Because it's just off to one side. It's feeling sorry for itself. You know, it's got the honey on it and that. Why not use it? All right, to be honest with you guys, I've actually got the sexy lens on just there. So that looks, maybe I should use that lens more often. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? Right, how does it taste? All right, I've got some high hopes for this. I don't know where to start, so I'm going to try and get every bit onto the fork. Oh, wow. Goodness me. That is possibly one of the best viral recipes you guys have ever suggested, and half of it ended up on the floor. I love everything about that. I mean, part of me was like, yeah, maybe sesame seeds, of course, maybe I would want some chicken with it, but on its own, that acidity, sweetness kick in that sauce. I've got so much of it left, and I was gonna pour it on at first, but I'm glad I didn't, because it would have drowned it. We've kept that crispness. Merry crispness. And that is a very merry recipe. Outstanding. All right then, folks, so 2 ingredient Oreo sushi. You take some Oreos, bash them into crumbs, a little bit of milk or condensed milk to make Oreo sand with the cream filling. Yes, you get it into a Ziploc bag, roll out the crumbs, so it should bind quite well. Spread on the filling, some cling film on top maybe, and then roll it up. That doesn't look like sushi at all. It's dunked in a chocolate sauce Oreo sushi. Now, whilst that was baking and I had a little bit of time, let's be honest, this isn't the most complex recipe. I took the filling out of a pack of Oreos. Hopefully you can understand what that is. In fact, we've just seen it. Right, so let's work on the crummy mix first. I just realised, why am I doing this? I could just whiz it up in a blender, get into fine crumbs. I'm committed now, I'll keep going. All right, fairly happy with this chocolate sand, and even if there's a few lumps in it, I'm not that bothered because the milk should, I like the idea of just using milk, to be honest, that should soften it up. Yeah, I guess just a little bit at a time. Actually, even that might be too much. Oh no, we're all right. It's just one thing, if I've got another pack of Oreos just in case, but if I make it too wet, I'm gonna have to do it in batches. Oh yeah, that's starting to come together. I'm not gonna put any more milk in. I'm actually just gonna like press it a bit more. Oh yes, I think I don't need any more. Okay, that should be enough. It has actually firmed up quite a bit already. Looks a little bit like mud. In the video we just saw, like the mat that they rolled out wasn't particularly straight. So if we can try and use this to our advantage and, I don't know, just tidy up the corners if we can. Now I just want to make a massive Oreo. And I think they got another piece of cling film and rolled it out even more, but I think I'm gonna be quite happy with this. All right, so let's dump down. This is all I've got, like literally. And it's not perfectly white either. I don't mind if there's a bit of a border. Again, a little bit like the first one with the rice cakes. Kind of arts and crafts going on. This fork's working really well. I'm kind of cat scratching it. All right, I'm not gonna push it anymore. So effectively, if I snip off the end here a little bit, so that's not gonna get in the way when we wanna get it out. Yeah, so then I can take it from there, great. But actually, this is quite a good way of showing how rigid, now that it's kind of dried out. This is, oh look, this is literally what we're gonna do. I feel like I could still do sushi. If we're doing sushi, you know, like you just get the rice one with a piece of salmon on top. I should just get a bit of cream from the Oreo and just stick it there. There we go. I've only got a little bit of cream left, but there you go. That's our sushi with the salmon on it. Amazing. But hey, let's stop mucking about here. Let's grab here. Oh, yes. Now they use another piece of cling film to do this, but now we've got that like that. We're rolling, rolling, rolling. In the words of Limp Bizkit. Well, this is a Limp Bizkit, isn't it? We made the crumbs soggy. Yes. Now, I don't know if we need to do this. It doesn't say this, but I'm gonna put that in the freezer just to firm up. I mean, actually that now does look like sushi. That could be rice in there, but no, it's Oreo. Yep, so that's going on the tray with an extremely frozen rice cake. In you go, mate. As much as I'm tempted to eat that right now and get it out of the freezer, I feel like every second that's left in there will hopefully lock in that shape and prevent it possibly slicing it into like a mushy sushi. Mushy. What is wrong with me today? I mean, every video, but you know. So anyhow, let's say yee-haw to our final recipe, which is cowboy butter, which is absolutely gorgeous, to be honest. It looks like you dunk it in steak. You melt up some butter, some lemon juice, and then little bits of bobs going in, and chili flakes. So it has to be chili flakes. And then you just dunk it in your steak or on your bread like that. Apparently, everyone is raving about this stuff. And sort of like the two-step method we saw there, I think we can just shove it in a pan in one go, you know. I genuinely can't think of another phrase a cowboy says other than yee-haw. Giddy up? Did they say giddy up?
Horse right there can sort fly poop from pepper.
We'll go Giddy up, nuts. Yeehaw, let's go. Come on. Yeah, I've got to be honest, I've got no problem whatsoever with just doing this all over here. I've just melted up the 6 tablespoons of butter. We'll do it in the order it says, except it does say to do lemon juice before the zest. But if you've ever tried zesting a lemon after you've juiced it, I can't think of something similar, but I was going to say about trying to zest a flat tire.
That doesn't make sense.
But it's nice and firm, so the zest is just falling in. Beautiful. And half the juice of a lemon. And there was a recent video with the chef's hacks, and people are like, did you cut that lemon wrong on purpose? I might have done that, folks. Sometimes I like to have some fun with you guys. There we go. So just the juice of half a lemon. 4 cloves of garlic, nice and chopped up. Dijon mustard. And that's a lot less compared to the French recipe as well. Paprika and cayenne going in. And at this point it says to whisk vigorously, so we might as well. The butter is melted. Oh, lovely colour. So we're going to warm this up anyway, but in goes the parsley. Some chives, so just give them a little haircut. Snippy snip. Thyme. Now, it says to do fresh thyme, but I don't know why. I always prefer using dried thyme because most of it's stalk anyway. Chili flakes, of course. It's a Vara recipe. Of course it needs chili flakes. A little bit of salt and some pepper. Give it a good old whiskeroo. Oh my word, look at this. Right, well, we'll get this on the hob to keep it warm because we're gonna have some steak. This butter looks quite angry, but it smells super citrusy. This is a steak. Ooh. I had that one left over from the French recipe I did. All right, as good as that salad was, happy Barry right now. Yeehaw. There's actually 2 in the pack, I forgot, so I've cooked them both up. Let it rest. Oh my word. All right, so let's get the Cowboy butter. It's just butter with a mountain of herbs, isn't it? All right, so the Cowboy butter goes in there like that. Look at that. Oh my word. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, damn, that is amazing. Definitely getting the heat of the chili flakes, the zing of the lemon. Not really getting the mustard, although I feel like I can see it. Mmm. Oh, I'm getting the garlic as well. It's like a garlic butter, but with like a little bit of added zest and a little bit of heat. It is really nice. Definitely got that punch in there. And as much as I love it, I'm still raving about that salad. So let's see if we can actually slice that sushi, because we'll be dunking that as well. Right, the only downside I'd say from that Cowboy butter is I now absolutely honk of garlic. That is a strong taste in there. And I don't know how well this is going to have worked. So we'll just go a little bit in like this. Just cut a few segments. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's actually quite cool. That could have looked a darn sight worse. I'm so glad we chilled it because it does feel a little tacky. Perhaps I put a touch too much milk in there. But we have to remember, this is pretty much an entire packet of Oreos in there. That's your Oreo sushi then. All right, so here's what we do. We take our chopsticks into some chocolate sauce. Oh my word, look at that. Oh my gosh. That, although I feel like I've got it smeared all over my teeth, is amazing. Just the 2 ingredients, the Oreos and the milk, and of course the Dunkin' chocolate pot. It works really well. I want to say that it's my favourite one today, but it's so kind of like lazy. I love the steak and I love this rice. In fact, I loved them all today, but that was quite simple too. But that salad, oh my word. It needed a little bit more effort, but it was all worthwhile. And visually, I thought it was really, really appealing. Thanks so much for watching. Hope I made you laugh. Hope I've made you smile. And hopefully I've taught you to not hold a camera and a hot baking pan at the same time. Cheers, guys. See you later. Bye, 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 bye.